Hello and welcome to podcast number 11 of Christine's Blessing. It is October 11th and this is episode number 11. And why that is so important to me is because of the newest love in my life. Now, before I share with you about the newest love in my life, I want to share with you the journey it's taken me to get to the newest love in my life, right? And by that, I am talking about my career. So my career started at the age of 19 at Starbucks. And I kind of fell into that as a career option. You know, I was there, started out as a low-level barista, making coffees and the whatnot. And then, you know, my leadership skills started to be expressed. And I was quickly promoted to a shift supervisor. And then ultimately to like the shift supervisor, the one who ran the store, managed all the deposits Monday through Friday, right? That was my gig up until the time I messed up. I showed up too many times late for work. I got comfortable. That's what's, you ever been in a relationship with someone for a long enough time, you get comfortable? I got comfortable. That's what happened. I started showing up late. I started slacking, all that jazz. And lo and behold, I ended up quitting. Now, I quit before they could fire me. Once again, if you've ever been in a relationship and you've left them before they can leave you, that is what I did, right? So then I was just out there trying to find myself. I had a couple of odd-end jobs here or there, but for the most part, I hadn't really found anything that was career-worthy of me, right? And then, as with anything, when you get out of your first serious relationship, if you will, you either get into another serious relationship, you don't, or you take the avenue that I did and you just go crazy, buck wild. And I got in trouble. I did. I got in trouble. And that was I took my first trip to GCDC. Took my very first trip to GCDC, right? And got out of GCDC, sitting at home, watching television, literally just like the commercial says, and up pops a commercial for Career Education Institute. And their technical degrees and things. And right there, I saw a massage therapist. So I called him up, applied for a scholarship, got my scholarship, and got into Career Education Institute and began my journey as a massage therapist. And I was a massage therapist for about 8 or 9 years, right? And then, as with any new solid thing, life was good. Life was great. I had found my rebound relationship. That relationship where you find when you're in a low place, and just by virtue of being in a relationship with that person, you yourself are elevated. Yeah, well, that's what happened. Except that I elevated above being a massage therapist. I outgrew it as a self-expression for me as a career. So I did what anyone does when they've outgrown a relationship. I left them for someone else, someone that I thought would be bigger, badder, and better for me. Now, what happened that this company was, as far as expanding my leadership and my self-expression as a career woman, I went from being a massage therapist, talking to absolutely no one, because that was my job, right? Don't talk, just touch, right? To being accountable for a 5-state region as a staff member in this particular training and development company. And I worked for them for 5.5 years up until the pandemic, right? Now, the pandemic happened and mutually we agreed to go our separate ways, right? Have you ever had those relationships where, it just has come to that point when the two of you are brutally honest with yourselves that our time together has run its course, right? So during the pandemic, I completed my employment with that company. And like many Americans, I was out there once again, now with a new connection to my self-expression and what I wanted to do with my life. Now I just had to find how the heck am I going to have it be expressed? And I tried different things. I tried being a financial coach and counselor. And while I enjoy making money and talking about making money, I don't enjoy talking about money. Right? So here and there, little odd bits. But mind you now, I've had enough of the relationships / careers in the past I know what I want and I know what I don't want. So now I'm just looking for what's right. So like any normal 38-year-old woman who's out there now looking for her next serious relationship and who's had no luck finding it on her own, I reached out to one of my girls, my best friend Thalia, and I hollered at her and I said, Thalia, what you got? I know you've been talking about this thing. I'm really looking for something. What I'm doing isn't cutting it. Who do you got for me? And she said, well, I have started coaching with this company. I think you might dig it. Let me let you know who to call, right? So I made the call. And little do I know, that call was to the next and newest love in my life, 11 Coaching, right? 11 Coaching is everything that I liked about every other job or career that I've had in the past, from Starbucks to Massage Envy to working at this training and development company. And it's lacking everything that I did not like about working at those jobs. Starbucks, Massage Envy, this last training and development company. So you can see why it struck me a little harder than normal doing podcast number 11 on October 11th. So this podcast will be my first official shout out to the new love in my life, 11 Coaching.